Let me arrange my tuft of hair.
Yeah, get your little Elvis curl, your Superman curl. There you go.
The lollipop killed. The lollipop killed.
We represent. That's good.
Lollipop killed. The lollipop killed.
Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. It's Hey, watch him, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I am Dan.
I am Tony.
On this show, we watch the cutting edge movies that are at least 10 years old. Because people are wondering, people, you know, with the AI out there, somebody's got to put people straight so that they watch. See, because we need to get into disseminate our information out there. So when you're doing your Google AI summary, it's going to be like, Dan and Tony say this movie stinks.
That's right. They did not like it. End of story. Thanks, AI. Great work.
So this week, Tony's not going to be allowed to talk for a while.
Okay, I'll just stand by.
Because he didn't take any notes on the movie.
I didn't take any notes. No notes. 10 out of 10. Great job, everybody.
This week, I picked the movie, which was based on a suggestion by our good friend Jules in Australia.
Beautiful.
I picked the movie Passengers, 2016, hour and 56 minutes. Jennifer Lawrence, J-Law, and C-Pat.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. And a little cameo by, what's his name from the Matrix movies?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Who shows, spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
This is a movie you have to say spoilers ahead because you don't know what. I told Tony, don't watch any of the previews. Just
and
go
I
in.
didn't.
Did you see anything?
So
did you
confused.
see any of this coming?
No. In fact, because I've seen that.
No.
I saw the trailer 10 years ago.
Okay,
Right? I mean,
yeah.
it was everywhere. I'm sure. I don't
Probably.
remember the trailer,
Neither do I.
but I would wager that Lawrence Fishburne not in the trailer. That's just my guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer. I just didn't I want you to go in very clean because there's a few things that happen.
100%. Also, I assume you don't know how creepy Chris Pratt is in the trailer. I assume they edited around all that. So weird. This movie's. I didn't look at any information, so I don't know what people thought of the movie. I don't know how people feel now looking back. This movie problematic, in my opinion.
I hated this movie the first time I saw it because of
you already seen this?
I'd already seen
maybe you
this.
did tell me that last week.
I'd already seen this. That's why I never really put it on my list. I was like, you know, this and Ad Astra and a stupid Christopher Nolan movie where they go to all the planets and all that pile of garbage. Interstellar. You know, these were movies I was like, these were the movies that really made me want to do this show. Because I did a solo one about Ad Astras at the very beginning, and I was like, okay,
you did.
I have a few things to say. And so this was one of those movies that I just hated. And then as I started watching it, I was like, am I liking this movie? Maybe I'm liking this movie.
No, you didn't.
And then you get to the meat of the movie, then you're like, no, I didn't like this. No. But
no.
The second time watching it, he's not as creepy. He's more pathetic.
Now, I can understand how it would lean that way, but being a first-time viewer here, Dan, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad.
She is asleep in a pod, and he does bad things next to her pod, without a doubt. I mean, they don't show this in the movie,
did you expect
but we all know.
Did you expect there to be? You'd have to clean the pod up a bit before.
Little wit.
So the premise of the movie, the basic premise of the movie is they're on a colony ship. He alone wakes up and then is alone on the ship. And then after a year, he falls in love with somebody that's asleep and then he wakes her up. That's
effectively murdering her.
That's the way she puts it.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's nothing to do. They're stuck on a ship, right? They're going to die before they get to the place. He killed her just to use her body. Now, let's just call it how it is. It's weird. And there's that Lawrence Fishburne moment where he tells him what happened, and he's like, "How long were you alone? A year?" And he's like, "Still, damn." I was like, "You're underplaying that, guys." I have to imagine you'd be a little bit more like, okay, a year? That's not even that good. That's if you were not in 90 years and you made it 5, maybe 10 years, I'd have a little bit of respect for you. You lasted 1 year. Come on.
And a couple months.
1 year, 3 months. Okay, I'll give it to you.
There's really okay, well we'll talk about the issues. The thing about this movie is they could have made it an interesting movie, right? They could have, because
you would think, yeah.
Because then what happens is the ship is malfunctioning, and that's what woke him up, and then they have to fix the malfunction, and then they fall in love. Then they fall in love.
Sort of, they do. Like that's like a 5-minute little escapade. Because when that happens, when Lawrence Fishburne wakes up and he's like, "There's something wrong with the ship," I was like, "Oh shit." Okay, here we go. And then that's wrapped up in about 8 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Because that's a fun movie, right? You got to fix a ship. And then, I mean, fun, maybe not the right word, but it's more interesting to me that like something's going wrong. They have to figure it out. And then he sacrifices himself to save the rest of the people. That's okay. That's an all right movie.
Maybe. I mean, the problem is that he tells them they have to fix the ship. They sort of start to try to think about fixing the ship. Then he tells them to fix the ship, and then like within minutes, yes, they've found the problem with the ship, instantly diagnosed the problem with the ship, and then he has
magically fixed it.
He has acts like he self-sacrificed, but it isn't a self-sacrifice.
He's totally fine. He's not even injured.
No,
he doesn't get burned whatsoever. He's totally fine. So it worked out really well for him.
Yeah, he has like the fire of a sun go on his spacesuit.
But he's fine.
Yeah, he's okay.
Can I pitch a movie to you?
Well, I mean, my pitch would be, they don't have to save the ship. They have to live their lives out together.
That's great. I mean, that's more interesting, obviously.
Yeah,
here's my pitch. Okay. We start with Jennifer Lawrence waking up.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
We shouldn't know everything. We should learn throughout this movie with Lawrence Fishburne that this guy woke her up. That's crazy. And then Lawrence Fishburne's figuring it out, and Chris Pratt's being creepy behind him. And then he's like, "Oh shit, did you wake her up? I gotta tell her." He's like, "I can't let you tell her." He kills Lawrence Fishburne. Right? I mean, like, this movie should be a horror movie because that's what it is. And yet somehow it's a romance movie. And that's crazy. That is nuts city. So that's my pitch. We wake up with Jennifer Lawrence. We don't know what's going on, and we think he's telling us the truth, and we find out throughout the movie, whoa, this guy's a creepy liar.
Well, and he and more importantly, he fakes it all, right? He was awake for a year, but then
we don't know that.
He cleans it all up, right? He's like scoop, scoop, scoop. And she wakes up and he acts like he's like, whoa,
where are we? What's going on? But
happening?
He knows everything. And she slowly pieces it together throughout the movie. And like, that's a movie I want to see. This is not a movie I want to see.
Because there is literally no tension. You don't care about people.
Which is crazy in a movie that this guy wakes her up just to have sex with it. That's insane. There should be a lot of tension. She's totally into it. She's barely mad at all.
No.
That's wild.
Well, I think there's also a thing in this movie where she's terrible too, really.
Sure. She's clearly a very selfish person. I get that. But it's unforgivable. It's creepy. It's weird. It's unforgivable. That's how I feel.
I mean, can't you fall in love with your stalker?
I mean, I guess it happens, right? I would say you shouldn't. Maybe
Probably not a good idea.
caution.
Probably won't
But
end well.
you can.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're watching one of these true crime ones where this guy murders his wife.
Terrible.
And he's completely crazy. And then he like films her like constantly. And, before he murders her. And then, the police get all the tapes and the tapes totally incriminate him. But he's so crazy.
Oh my God.
He doesn't realize that, he thinks the tapes like exonerate him because she wasn't being nice to him.
Oh, this is my defense. Okay. Look how mean she is to me when I'm plotting to kill her. Look at this.
The best one is she's laying in bed trying to sleep, and he's like sitting on the side of the bed filming her, and he's like giving her grief. Where were you? What were you doing? Why don't you love me? You know how much I love you. And you're just like, oh my God.
No.
Because you put yourself in that, where the crazy person is. I'm just trying to sleep. Please
leave me alone.
Okay.
I just want to get through this.
Okay, passengers.
Yay, passengers. Oh, wait, one last thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
The biggest laugh of the movie is the final credits, because fourth billing is Andy Garcia, who is in this movie for a grand total of 22 seconds.
Yeah.
Did they pay him his quote? Did he get like $1 million just to come do the? You don't even think he says anything. I think he just looks. He opens the door and he's like, trees. $1 million. That's a great day.
Whatever money he made, even if it wasn't $1 million, $50,000, $20,000 worth your time.
Sure, for 10 minutes of work. Yeah, unbelievable. I loved it.
Passengers, right. Here we are. We're on a spaceship, the Avalon. It's going to the Colony World Homestead 2. It's on autopilot, crew of 258. Still not quite sure why we were never able to wake up any of the crew.
Well, we can wait until Lawrence Fishburne wakes up.
Does he explain why he didn't wake up? Because one of the crew, Lawrence Fishburne plays one of the crew who wakes up accidentally. Why didn't he just wake up the other people?
This is why it's confusing, because they say he's trying to get into the crew quarters and he can't. That's the door he can't open. But then when Lawrence Fishburne wakes up, you're like, well, hold on a second, because he's crew, but he's not in that room. So then when they open the door, Lawrence Fishburne's like, no, this is flight crew. I'm deck crew or something like that. And it's like, okay, so there's different crews. So he could have woke up any of the crew members at any time.
Why doesn't he wake up all the deck crew?
It's so confusing. Lawrence Fishburne should have just come out of that room. Like he should have just walked out of that room. That would have solved that problem, because it's very confusing that he spends a year trying to get into this room, but then there's crew everywhere. What are you doing?
No, he was trying to get on the bridge.
But that's where the flight crew is, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know.
Point being is he's crew, and it's like, I'm sorry,
he is crew.
If I'm a passenger,
there are plenty of people to wake up.
Yes, and that's the other thing about this movie that doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, I'm sorry, if I'm here alone, I'm going to share the burden. I'm going to find 5 people,
Are they all going to be hot, Dan? Is that kind of where your head's at as well, or
Well, I mean, there is a word. The word is harem.
That's the word of the day, everybody.
No, but I don't know. I'm just not, if you think something's going on, you just say, well, my thing is malfunctioning. I'm worried that as soon as you see one malfunction, 100%. You're going to be like, okay, there's something going on. You're going to take some action.
What you should do is wake up crew. What you shouldn't do is wake up a fellow passenger who also can't fix the ship. I mean, it turns out they can both fix the ship just fine. But in real world speak,
she never does any fixing. In all the fixing problems, he's all like,
"You're right. That's
true.
Well,
we got to do this, and she's all like, "You mean you gotta push that one lever?" He's like, "Yes, that's the lever. That's the magic lever you gotta push.
Do it. Just pull it down. It's hot. Put your shirt around it." Now, one thing I agree with him on this is that she's a gold member status or whatever they call it. So her meal is better. If he would have just picked someone from like a higher tier to get better food, that I would agree with. I'd be like, yep, 100%, wake them all up as far as I'm concerned. You got to get better food. That food's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, and you would, if you did only have access to the passengers, you would look through all the passengers and you would find somebody like me that's really smart who's going to be able to figure how to get through the doors.
But he's an engineer. Is there anyone smarter than an engineer in the passengers? I don't know.
He's going there to build a house. He's not really an engineer. You're right.
But that's what he says, right? Doesn't he say he's like, maybe he's a structural engineer and not like I don't know. It's all weird. It's all weird.
He has a lot more skills than he really should.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Boom, it's on autopilot. Unfortunately, flies right through an asteroid field. Boom, boom, boom. And then, boom, here we go. James Preston, also known as Jim, wakes up. He's like groggy. Oh, what's happening? I can't find anyone else. Hello. The computer's like, it's an emergency. The bridge is empty. The observatory. Then he asks questions and he finds out it's 90 years till they get to where they're supposed to be going. He's supposed to wake up 4 months before. So he's all like, what? What's happening? Yeah. Oh, no.
Honestly, fun setup. I like, so far, I like the movie. We're 2 minutes into it, give or take. I like it. I think that's a fun setup, and then you ruin it. You absolutely ruin it. You don't deal with any of the right stuff.
Spaceship looks good. Space looks good.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be interesting.
I guess Chris Pratt looks pretty good because this must have been like Guardians of the Galaxy era because he's pretty trim.
How terrible is he
at acting?
Yeah,
he's really bad. I don't want to listen. I think that he can be charming and funny, just based on that television show he was in. But boy, is he a dullard. In the two things that we've watched recently, just really poor, really bad stuff. There's a moment where he's apologizing to her over the comms system.
Oh yeah.
And it just feels like he's reading lines off of a piece of paper.
Oh, you didn't.
And
buy
that's got to be
apology.
a pretty like the weight is pretty. We're at the peak of like, oh, you just found out that he woke you up and used you, and it should be emotional. There's nothing. It's at a 0.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something else.
Okay.
When I was thinking about this movie, what I remembered was that he put a baby in her, and then he sacrifices himself, and then she grows up with the baby, and then they live out their lives together. That's what I remember the ending of the movie was.
I don't think I hate that. I think that's better than unless he put the baby in her before he woke her up, and then it's a problem.
Tony.
You're going to get mad at me? This guy wakes up a woman in the middle of space. Are you going to get mad at me about it? That's unbelievable.
His one companion is the android bartender, played by Michael Sheen, who...
Great.
He does his thing. Gets his jokes.
And he's got a couple of jokes.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah. It makes it more watchable. I did want him to go full dark. That's what I was hoping.
You mean
I wanted him to be part of the problem. I wanted him to be like hey, I fuck these humans. I'm going to kill everybody. I just really wanted it.
Who does he... Wait, he wants to kill all the humans?
All the humans. Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, like, that's the other thing is maybe he could have set all this up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because there's a moment where we're passing him by and he's in the bar in the background and he looks angry. And I was like, why does he look angry? That's interesting. Ooh. Like, he's putting on a facade when the humans are here, but he doesn't like these people. It turns out none of that's right. I was projecting that, but I thought that would be a fun turn of events.
He goes to the men's hall. He can't get the fancy food. He has to get the crappy food.
Tough. That's the worst part of the whole thing.
He finds a manual. He tries to hack into a pod, tries to go back to sleep. Sort of traps himself for a second. And then he gets himself out.
And then it just opens. That was very confusing because he looks like he's panicking, but then it just slides right open. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He doesn't need to engineer anything. Yeah. He's fine.
They're like, well, what can we do that would make it show that he's smart to get out of there? And everyone's like, I can't think of anything. Okay, just let him out after a minute.
Just push it. It's fine.
Tries to break into the crew room, can't get in there. And then the bartender's like, make the most of what you can do. So he finds the biggest suite. Don't know why you have a giant suite on a thing where people aren't going to really be spending time in the suites, but whatever.
Well, 4 months. 4 months of it. That's a long time.
Yeah, 4 months is 4 months. Plays basketball, eats food.
That's cool.
That's the part you really liked?
I loved the basketball. I would do the same. I thought that was really fun. I also liked the dance-off game machine, whatever that is. It's like a DDR, but, virtual reality. I thought that was pretty fun. Well, now, here's my question.
Gotten there yet.
Sorry. I'm just thinking out loud. But here's my question.
Yeah, question.
So he makes a point where in the cafeteria, he can only get the poor man's food.
Yes.
But then he eats everything on the ship during this montage. He's eating sushi from a restaurant. What's happening here? Is he the poor person or is he not? Because he's going ham and he's eating whatever he wants. I'm very confused on the rules.
I thought there was a line where they were going to charge him money. And he's like, okay, fine, just charge me that money.
That's true. Because at one point they're like, that'll be $6,000 or something like that. So I guess, okay, I see what you're saying. So that the crew meal thing is free and everything else you have to pay for. Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
He grows a beard. He drinks a lot. He becomes a filthy animal and is walking around naked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, right? It's funny. Why put on clothes if you don't need to,
You put on clothes so that you engage with the world. Like
you feel
serious.
Human.
Yeah.
Like you're serious. Yeah. I know. Listen, I don't walk around naked, but that's mostly because I'm ashamed. So.
Tony, every human body is beautiful.
I'm gonna disagree with you, but I love that's a good thing to say.
Shannon watches this Chinese channel, this guy that talks about China.
Okay.
And they have all these beauty people over there that want to look like they're, 14 years old.
Yep.
They inject
with the glass skin effects and stuff. Yeah.
They inject this shit into their faces and it makes their face look good, but it's actually like a cell and then it starts to grow. And so these people grow giant foreheads and then the giant foreheads collapse. And then they have big dents in their heads, but it's like living materials. So you can't, it's not like something you could
Botox,
take out,
or like silicone or whatever. Yeah. That's horrible. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard.
If you and this guy comes out with new shows every week, and you like one of the new things is they 3D print plastic stuff, and then they screw it into their faces so that. Like they bulge here and bulge
screw
there.
it onto the bone?
Yeah, screw it onto the bone.
What the hell?
Yeah, if you watch this show, it's horrifying. I usually have to leave the room. It's so horrible.
I'm not going to watch that. Shannon, don't watch that. That's no good. What's going on with people that's where sorry, I can't think. That's terrible.
Living in a crazy world. Okay, so
we are living in a crazy world.
He finds some spacesuits. He goes on a spacewalk, and then I think he thinks about killing himself.
He definitely thinks about it. Yeah.
And then he's running, and he trips on a bottle, and lo and behold, there in one of the freezer tubes, cryo tubes, the sexiest woman in the world.
Just 6 to midnight. You know what I mean? It's just weird, man.
He watches videos of her. She's a writer, so he reads all of her stuff. He's like,
how does he have access to all the crew knowledge? What? Like this stuff's just public knowledge? You can just creep on anyone in the ship? I don't believe that.
Then I
don't believe that's a thing.
He begins to obsess over her in his own filth. He's laying in his own filth, thinking about her.
Classic man right there. Yeah.
He wrestles with the mortality of it with the bartender Arthur. Slaps
Not that
him.
much, though.
He tries to move on.
Hold on. He slaps Michael, right? He slaps the robot?
Yeah, he slaps the robot.
And he's like, you can't even feel that.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Because he's feeling so hard.
He's feeling so hard right now.
One of us is getting very phlegmy.
Bit of both.
He shaves, and then they play. And then he goes and he does all. He knows how to wake her up. He does all the stuff, and then has to, barely has time to hide his toolbox. And out she comes, and they play like magical music while she's waking up. I don't know if that's appropriate music to be playing.
It's not. It's all weird. This is all weird.
So
it should be horror music because he's a monster.
Yeah. So she wakes up. She like wanders around just like he did. And then they run into each other. And then he's like, "Oh my God, you're awake. I was awake. Oh my God." Then we can't go back to sleep. And then she panics. She freaks out. Runs there, finds the bartender, and he'd already swore the bartender to secrecy. And he's like, goes to the bartender. He's like, "Don't you tell her." Then he ends up telling her,
Don't you
right?
do it. Well, because yes, but I actually like that because it's very funny. It's not funny, but it's very interesting the way they do it because they're on like a date. And Chris Pratt says there are no secrets between me and her. And the android's like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yep, you better believe it." And then goes to the bathroom. He's like, "Well, I guess she knows because there are no secrets because he takes things literally because he's a robot."
Oh, so he blew it.
He blew it.
I'm sure when they were writing the script, they were like, "Oh, we're
this
clever."
This is so clever, dude.
I didn't even notice it. I was like, "Hey, he's blowing him up."
We're so clever. I love this stuff.
So she's mad, but she's also hungry. So we also see things are breaking down, but they go to the breakfast place and we find out that she's like a high class level person, so she can get whatever food, but then she gives him food. They go to the infirmary. Right. There's a one single med pod for 5,000 people. That seems crazy, but
can't be right. Nope. There's that. No, don't say okay. That's insane.
No, one'll do.
One'll do. Okay, that's great stuff, guys. 5,000 people. It's just like America, right? 5,000 people need to get in.
We only need one hospital in America, right?
Yeah,
that's enough. Good. Everyone can
we're
go.
All
Everyone
good.
can just line up.
So dumb.
She rages on the crew door because he couldn't get it open, but she thinks if she rages on it, she can get it open. And then Jim sees a cleaning bot malfunctioning. Shouldn't that have been the point where they started thinking something's going on?
You would think somebody should think that, but no. And there's a couple things like there's a lights flash at one point. There's a couple. They should probably pay attention,
but they don't.
No, he's a bit of a horn dog, Dan. So he's only thinking one thing. All right.
Yeah. She starts riding and jogging and swimming, and she's
the
scared.
Pool's cool.
Pool's very cool.
I just want to throw that out. That's a cool set. Like I liked that. That was cool.
Also, in my memory, I had him perving on her in the pool.
He does at one point, very briefly.
I had an extended scene like in my brain where he perved on her in the pool.
Maybe you saw the director's cut of the movie. Maybe that's what happened the first time.
It is interesting how your brain, you see so much stuff, it loses certain things. Certain things disappear.
That's true. And you're just kind of extrapolating what they're kind of giving because he does leer on her for a little bit. And then there's where she kind of waves or smiles or something and he waves back. And it's like, nope, that's creepier than you're letting it be. And that's the problem with this movie. They downplay his screams. First of all, where's he go? This is a huge ship. What? He just happens to be walking by the pool while she's swimming? I don't think so. That's on purpose.
It is a huge ship. She doesn't have anyone to interview, so she's going to interview him. Why did you do it? And he's like, I wanted a fresh start, and colonies have problems to solve. I want to build a house. I want room to grow.
Yeah.
Do you buy
I
it,
mean,
Tony?
I guess.
Do you buy it?
I mean, no, not really, but I have nothing else to go on because there's like a video where they show like Earth's overpopulated. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Get out.
They start falling in love.
Wrong. Not you, just what's happening.
Then she's like, I can read people. And then he takes her into the pods and she's all like, well, what's this guy? What is he? And she expects
so
to be able
stupid.
to see an inert person and be able to read anything about
Right.
them.
That's not what reading that's called being a psychic. That's different than reading people.
Yes.
This was one of my least favorite scenes of the whole movie because I was like, this is the dumbest thing anyone could possibly do.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of a scam trick to try to put him on the same level as her.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You
sure.
know?
Yep.
Because it doesn't prove what they're trying to say it proves.
It's dumb. No,
is that, if she sees an inert person, it's like Sherlock Holmes is, that's a scam. It's a scam that a writer does where he inserts a bunch of clues and then has the guy read the clues. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's real weird.
Boom. Boom, 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 boom. They do Dance Dance Revolution.
Very fun. Love it.
They play basketball. They go to the bar. They watch movies. They hang out with Arthur.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. They're falling in love. It's beautiful.
There's really, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like if there were video games, I think I could make it. I think I would have been fine. I don't need anybody else. I'm all good. I got movies, I got a bar, I got video games, and I got basketball. What else do you need, Chris Pratt?
Robot bartender. You're good.
Right? All good.
I mean, he could probably, modify the bartender, right?
Do you mean sexually? Is that where you're going? Because I'll take a little bit of that, Good looking dude.
You're such a weirdo. And after she leaves the bar one time, the bartender's like, excellent choice.
Such a creepy line. Excellent choice. You had the pick of the litter, and he picked a good one. You could have woken up any woman and she'd fall in love with you, but you picked a good one.
Now,
unbelievable.
Did he make her the model of the building?
Great question. Don't know the answer. I assume yes, but we don't see that part, or we don't see him leave it.
Well, he was working on something.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was working. He's working on something, and then there's the model. And I was like,
so I guess that's context clues, but I didn't get it.
I mean, did that model relate to anything about her?
It must. I wonder if it was something in her file where, like, she likes this building.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like,
but wouldn't that be creepy? She has to know that he went through all her files at some point.
Yeah.
The fact that never comes up is very strange.
Yeah. Well, he does tell her that he read all her stuff. He does spill that.
Oh, I thought he meant like her writings. Yeah. But I think you're right.
Yeah, he read all her books, while she was asleep and he was masturbating to her. He creeps on her while she's swimming, and then he makes the peeping robot to invite her to dinner.
Which also he uses for nefarious. You know that this is not the only time he's using that robot.
They get to the bar, and he's dressed up, and she's dressed up. And should she be dressed up?
Well, she's in love with him, so I guess yes.
I guess she is in love with him.
It doesn't make sense. No.
Oh, okay. And then he takes her on a spacewalk, and then they do a whole thing where she's like, "Turn around! I don't want you to see me take off my dress as I get nude into
a spacesuit.
I don't believe you can.
Why would you do that?
I think you wear I think there's something you want to wear something underneath there. You don't want
100. Yeah, you don't want it. That material not comfortable.
No,
you don't want that rubbing against your skin. Okay.
He turns around, and there's like a nice effect shot of them going out.
Yeah.
And then they do a spin in space, and then as they come back in, they take off their helmets, and then they're doing it. That's what ladies love.
This was a funny moment
Where
when
they
they're trying to
bang into each
kiss
other.
and the neck pieces are too big. That was a cute little moment, I thought.
Then in the morning, he makes the mistake of saying, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." Ooh, you don't want to say that. You don't want to say that.
Can't.
It's too early to say that.
I mean, it's day 4. We don't really know how long it's been, I guess, because time is pretty fluid in this movie.
It's not 6 months. It's like a month.
Yeah, it's soon. Yeah. But in his defense, he's been, staring at her for over a year. So really, it's been a while.
They have sex in the mess hall. After the sex, she's still not satisfied. I mean, I think that's more of a global as opposed to a sexual. This is the
sure.
This is the honeymoon. They're happy. He's reading her stuff as she works on it. They're learning to play the piano.
Yeah.
He gives her roses. They go.
I don't think that you should probably do that.
You shouldn't give her roses
for the new world. Well, you shouldn't take the plants out of their hibernation thingies because now you don't have plants for the new world.
They do the slingshot around the sun. Happy birthday. There's a birthday cake. And then this is the point at which he's like, I did write down the no secrets. And then
okay, see, there you go.
He goes to get the ring ready. And then the bartender's like, Jim was so looking forward to meeting you. And then
so creepy.
He comes back in and she's like, did you wake me up? He says yes, and she has a panic attack.
This is the only thing I knew. Oh, sorry, go.
She's a good actress. That was a real panic.
She's a great actress. Yeah, she's wonderful. She's awesome.
And she is smoking hot in this movie.
Is there a movie that you find at the other? Doesn't really matter.
She's phenomenally attractive, and
of course.
Chris Pratt, who was kind of at the height of his thing, seems like a schlub around her.
Oh, he is, which was kind of his charm, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. There was a moment in time where that was considered attractive. I think we've moved past that, thankfully, and we're back to like, whoa, why don't we just have conventionally attractive people do stuff, Glenn Powell? You know what I mean? So I think we're back where we should be. But there was a moment where we were like, what about these goofy looking guys? They're cool. They're cute too, right? I don't know what happened. It's weird, but I think we've come back.
Okay, we were cured of that.
But so this is the only thing I knew from this movie was this moment, because this is like a very popular meme where like that my wife sends me, where like the husband wakes up the wife, with in my case snoring, and then she's very upset, and so like they send it, and I was like, I know this scene. So
wait, you mean when she attacks him in his sleep?
No. When it's, did you wake me up?
Oh, I see. Just that line.
Just that line. So that's the only thing I knew from this movie. Yeah.
So did you know he was going to intentionally wake her up and she was not going to be happy about it? And that was going to be a serious violation?
I thought it was going to be more important, if I'm being honest, because I feel like we don't really you deal with it a little. She's a little upset. She's a little upset, but not that upset.
She's pretty upset. She breaks stuff.
Yeah, she beats him up the one time, but that's it.
She breaks stuff. She moves out, and then she wakes him in his sleep, and then picks up something ready to kill him.
Yeah, that's a scary moment. You don't want to wake up to that.
She really should have killed him, right?
Yeah,
she should have busted his head in, and then freaked out, and then had to drag him down to the
infirmary,
the med pod.
Yeah,
that would have made things really interesting, wouldn't it? If he's walking around black and blue for a little while.
Yeah,
and then
but he's fine.
No, they don't do anything like that.
Nope.
And then she yells at him. Oh, the apology on the speaker.
Yeah, this is no good.
You saved my life. I read your stuff and I fell in love with you. I don't care. You took my life.
It's a pretty good summation.
No, wait, did she already explain why she was here? And I just skipped it or missed it? She must have.
Yeah, so it's something she's a writer and her dad had a bunch of adventures. So she's like, I want an adventure. That's it.
So she's going to go to sleep, go all the way to this thing, and live there only a year, and then catch the ship back. Which I don't believe there would be a ship going back.
Why would there be? You don't reverse colonize. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but this is for sure a one-way trip. This isn't like a weekend holiday. This isn't, you book a vacation and you fly 90 years. That's crazy. She's done. This is a one-way trip. You're colonizing another planet. End of story. That's where you live. Well, very confusing.
I think they'd already been flying for 150 years. I think it's like 200, 250 years, right?
Whatever it is. Everyone you know is dead. So get over it.
All very dead.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, boom. There's now the ship systems are glitching everywhere. And there's like critical errors. Still, they're not really doing anything.
They don't care. Yeah.
And they've split up Arthur, so they go back and forth, and they don't get to Arthur together. And then to try to make her happy, he has planted a tree in the middle of the concourse.
How?
Well, I mean,
is there soil underneath?
He'd have to put soil.
Meadow?
He'd have to put soil in. Yeah.
Where? Well, it looks like it's coming out of the ground. Am I crazy?
Well, I mean, there's going to be a subfloor, and if he kind of gets in there, and
so there's no electrical components down there. Is that what you're telling me? I don't know.
He probably figured out where there weren't. He probably looked at his
because he's an engineer. That's a good point. He's full on engineering. And then later, when the whole place is turned into the Garden of Eden, that doesn't make sense either, Dan.
He's just trying to show that he cares in the way that you
right.
want.
I shouldn't shit on it. I'm sorry. He's trying.
The best way to show someone you care is by doing external things that don't affect them, that show that you're
whatsoever.
Obsessive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you nailed it.
Proof of your personal obsessive nature is always the way to get a girl to love you.
Every day. You better believe it. Everyone listen to Dan. He knows what he's doing.
The elevator breaks down. He easily gets out. The Captain Crunch spews all over the floor.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get snapped in half by that elevator because it drops him to the floor, but then it's fine. Then it's fine.
Nobody ever treats getting out of a fucked up elevator with the proper level of absolute fear of that transition. From being
that is
in
a
to being
nightmare.
Out. It's horrifying.
100%. Except for Speed. Speed does a good job.
Do they do that in the beginning part?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
they do a good job.
Once again, it's one of those fears that I think all normal people, all intelligent people
100%.
have. It's like, God, what did I see? Oh, there's this viral video where this lady's getting on the elevator with her little dog. They get split up. So the dog is outside. The lady starts going up. The dog is like, and the person outside has to rescue the dog from being squinched. It is a horrifying video.
No, thank you. Thank God that ends okay.
Yes.
But no. No.
And that's the thing is, even if this isn't a horror movie, you've set up a number of horror situations, right? You're alone and you're trapped in one of those pods. You're going to freak out and
this should be a horror movie. It's the fact that they are so nonchalant and just like we're loving each other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a dumb movie.
Okay. So boom, Gus wakes up. Here comes Gus. Who planted a tree on my ship? So he's the third pod failure. He gets onto the bridge, looks at the navcom. It's okay. He doesn't see any diagnostic problems, but he is not well. And then Chris Pratt's he's like, is there anything going wrong? He's like, well, there's been 15 broken robots. And he's just like, what the fuck?
What are you talking about?
Because they set up early
that's bad.
That everybody knows that none of these pods have ever broken down. So it's like if 15 robots have broken down on this perfect ship, that means
bad things are happening.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gus is not well. And then at the pods, there's a clock. The clock is messed up. And he figures out that he woke up Aurora. That's what it is. Gus figures out that he woke up Aurora.
Yeah. And it's set up like a horror because
he checks all the pods. He gets to her pod and he's all like, bro,
something's different here. And Chris Pratt is leering in the background, which is what should happen. And then basically Lawrence Fishburne. That's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be or at least some tension. He doesn't have to kill him. I would prefer he did, but he doesn't have to kill him. But there needs to be tension. It's not just like, did you wake her up? I did. That's pretty messed up, dude. High five. All right, let's go. There's no tension here. How is there no tension in this scene?
And then Gus gets down to where Aurora is, and then she bitches about him waking her up, and she's all like, "It's murder." But as like a naggy
girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, he went out with his friends again last night. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Is what is happening? She should be livid. Why are we minimizing this to make it like this weird relationship problem? This is big.
I thought her reaction was correct for her character, who is this sort of self-centered person who really is just happy that she has someone to bitch about it. Me. You need to say that you're on my side of this fight, because that's sort of how stupid these two characters are.
You're right about that.
You're not like rooting for either one of them. You're like, good for each other.
No, not at all. No, I don't like either people. That's true.
And poor Gus is like dying, and he's just like
horribly. By the way, it's really bad.
It's really bad. Okay.
That's my favorite part of the movie. By the way, when it comes up, when they're in the med bay.
But okay. And then he's like, "It ain't right, but this boy's drowning." Okay.
Right. No, sorry. I have no empathy for that. Sorry.
So Gus is sick, so he's like, I gotta go take a break. Aurora, what does she do? She goes swimming. And then the gravity gets lost, and then she's trapped in a bubble of water, and you're like, oh, Chris is gonna come and save her. No.
Nope.
She just has to save herself.
Nope. Not at all.
He's not helpful at all.
She just basically almost drowns. Don't worry about it.
They find Gus. And then he's like, we got to find it and fix it. And then he crashes. So they take him to the med bay and put him in the thing. And they're like, 612 disorders found.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the movie. Okay, so Gus, the only guy in a real world situation that could save anybody, is in this pod. The thing scans him and it's like, you're dead. 600 whatever, and then he asks, how bad is it? And I don't remember what Chris Pratt says, but it's something flippant and on the lines of like, well, it's not great. That's it. That's the amount of weight you're going to give the situation. This guy just found out he's dying horribly. He's the only person that can save you, and you're just like, sorry, better luck next time, buddy. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely nonsensical.
So then he's like, I need a minute. And so he just wanders off. I'm like, wait a second. I'm sorry. You don't get a minute. The ship is blowing up. He doesn't get a minute. You don't get a minute to collect yourself. We need your guy.
But so also, can't this pod save him? Isn't that what it's for?
I mean, it's too much.
Or is it literally just to tell you what's wrong?
I think it's because it says there's 612 problems. I think that's why it's like 612.
It's just too many?
It's too many.
It's just too many problems. If it was under 600, I could do it, but my hands are tied. Sorry, guys.
I mean, what it should have been was the pod can save him, but it's going to take it 2 days. And so,
right. You don't have the time.
Yeah, it should. But instead, he wanders off. They let him wander off, and then they find him later, looking out the porthole, and he's all like dressed. He's dressed up all fancy, and he's all like, "Well, you two take care of each other. I'm gonna just sit here and die. But here's my badge."
Yeah, and he tells them to fix it, right? Doesn't he say fix the ship as if they would know how to do that? That's crazy.
So, but he kind of told them they have to go to these whatchamacallits and check them. And so they go and they do that. And then, like, literally the second, they've been checking them for, like, seemingly like a day or two or something.
Yeah.
And then the second one they check, they're like, oh, this is the problem. And so we do, like, an explosive decompression thing, which was very much not interesting. It was just like, what's happening? Then they solve that. That turns out they figure out that it was the meteors, and then they get into this reactor, and then the first thing they have to do is he's like, I gotta reboot the computer because this one thing is broken. So he's like, I'm gonna pull it out, and that's gonna get crazy. And he pulls it out, and then she hands him the other one. He puts it in.
Well, but they both pretend like something's gonna happen. Does that help? Because she says the line "hurry" at some point. I didn't feel like we needed to hurry. It felt pretty under control, but she says hurry.
There wasn't there was no way to do it much quicker. It was pull a thing out, put a new thing in. That's it.
I'm moving. I'm doing it. Get off my back, lady.
Shut up. I'm doing it. Shut up. That's what I would have said. And that's
backseat driver.
The whole thing is you have to have them in conflict, or you have to have some conflict.
Anything should be happening.
So the outdoors, we go through 12 different things with the outer door. Well, this is wrong with the outer door. That's wrong with the outer door. Boo, 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 boo. He's like, I got to go out there. I have to climb, 16 miles, and somehow I'll get there and do it manually because he knows somehow they can do it manually.
He
doesn't read a book. No. He just like, there's a manual override. So basically...
Well, he's an engineer, so he knows that there's overrides on doors.
So she's like, Jim, come back to me. I can't live on the ship without you.
Why?
Can't she go wake somebody else up too?
I was just wake somebody else up. Who cares? Just keep the cycle of abuse. Just keep going.
The cycle of abuse. It's like one of my favorite SNL sketches is The Rock when he makes the child molesting robot.
Oh God.
And he's like, well, how do you teach it to be a child? And then he's like, well, I do it to him. And then
right.
You're just like, oh my God.
Cycle of abuse, baby. That's what it's all about.
So horrible. It's so horrible.
That's a good sketch though.
So
dark, but good.
He goes on the space shoot. It's getting really hot, so she's taking off her clothes. Enjoyable.
Fine. Fine. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's fine.
So he goes out there. He's like, he clicks the door. Door shuts. Clicks the door. Door shuts. He's like, I'm going to have to stay here. I got this heat shield that I picked up. He does the thing.
Going to be fine.
Here comes all the heat. It's blowing out. He's like, But
not because he's hot, just because it's pushing him. It's
not
that it's heat. It's just the pressure that he can't handle. That's it. And then he flies away.
He gets blown out the back of the ship. Then he uses the heat shield as a thing so that he throws that off, and the momentum of that carries him away from the engines as he's going to die. She goes out there, rescues him.
Yeah.
And she saves him, and he apologizes, and then he's all like, I wish we'd have met in 90 years. I'd have built you a house. But he wouldn't have, because she'd have been gone in a year. She wouldn't have even paid him any attention.
That's a good point. She was on the next taxi out, buddy.
But she's able to grab his cord, brings him inside. Yeah. He's dead. But then she uses the override to make him not dead.
Right.
And she barely can remember the numbers. Tony, I'm going to tell you something. If I had to remember a string of 8 numbers or letters, you're dead. I would, I would never remember those numbers. Never in a million years. I'd be like,
I
I'm
don't even
lost.
hold it against you. I'm lost. Sorry, I got nothing. Good luck in the afterlife. Why does anybody write anything down? So weird.
Because that adds reality to a situation. If you're actually doing a thing, right?
Sure.
And that's the whole thing about everything is in movies where stuff really happens. People write shit down. They forget things. They're affected by things. You know, if she's like has to find a piece of paper where that's written.
Sure.
That's tense.
Just got to do something.
Let me stand here and go, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I remember. No, that's
I got it. 22137. Got it. 4.
I was at the grocery store and I was typing in my your phone number to get your discount.
Yeah, to bring up your
Yeah. So I type it in and it's like meh. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna type it in again. Meh. And then the lady standing there and she's all like, You're in the look up a code for a piece of fruit. Idiot. That was more exciting than what happened in this part of the movie.
That's pretty funny. Though. You're looking up fruit right now. You're not doing anything. Oh, Dan Goodsell. My dad's. This is unrelated, other than people are getting old and senile.
Oh no!
My dad sent me a picture. The other day of his feet. He just had 2 different shoes on. Like it was 2:30 in the afternoon, and I guess he looked down. He's like, "Well, fuck, I got 2 different shoes on." So he sent me a picture. I'm just like, "Oh no, dude, we're all going down."
Sometimes I'm like, "Oh God, my shirt's on backwards, or inside out, not backwards."
Guess I'll just leave it.
Even I'd notice backwards.
Sure, yeah, because then your tag's out front, and that's weird,
None of my shirts have tags in them.
Oh, you go tagless? I think I'm wearing a tag right now.
You have a shirt with a tag? Must be old.
They're all of my clothes. I don't buy new clothes. This is fashion. What's that?
I know. I got salsa on my new shirt. I can't let Shannon know. I'll be dead. The end of my life.
I can't let her know. This dies with us, everybody. Don't tell Shannon Dan's got salsa on his shirt. He doesn't want to get in trouble.
So she kisses him. She fixes Arthur's big cut. They bury Gus. Right. And then he figures out with the secret code, with Gus's code, the auto dock could act as a suspension and he could put her back into suspension. And then, so this is the ultimate workaround so that she has to stay with him. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah.
Then they live out the rest of their lives in love.
I do have a question real quick.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is they say the pods keep you asleep. They don't put you to sleep.
Yes.
But then the med bay could put her to sleep.
Yes.
So couldn't he just put her in a pod then and stay asleep?
It sure seems like you could spend a year or two and figure out the gases and all that and put someone into there and then transfer them into the thing. It seems like
I would think so.
If this thing generates the gas in conditions, it seems like you could vent that out to one of the pods and then put yourself in the thing.
Seems like you could do it. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Roll the med bay thing into there. Arthur could, push the buttons.
Done. You got a robot.
This,
I don't know.
This would involve like making like a thinking man's movie as opposed to a movie where you're trying to act like things are exciting.
But which they are not. They are not exciting.
They're not exciting.
Anyhow, so then, they reach to the 4 months out or whatever, and everybody wakes up, and Andy Garcia sees that there's a jungle on the ship. So
where once there was a tree, now they've added all this foliage and chickens. There were chickens running around.
Oh, that's right. There were chickens. So now Homestead 2 gets nothing. So all those people dead because it's uninhabitable now. So don't worry about them.
And they and she's like, and as they wake up, they're like, "This is Aurora's book. I'm going to tell you what happened with me and Chris Pratt."
And nobody cares. Nobody read it. Nobody just deleted it.
I think they
delete.
probably read it, Tony. I think you're a little mean. So, is this movie super terrible? Not really. It's creepy and weird and not a good movie, but it's not super
It
terrible.
should be creepy in like a fun way, but it's just creepy in like a way because they don't know what the F they're doing, and they made a really weird movie. And the person that wrote this movie probably has some problems. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a stalker has done that in the past. I'm going to say that right now. I don't know who wrote it, but they've definitely done that before.
So you're saying that the person that wrote this is definitely a stalker. That's
definitely a stalker.
That's their nature.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, because they don't point out how weird it is. They're like, this is totally normal, right? Like, people can do that, and it's totally fine. Wrong. Everyone should be against this guy, and they're not. Lawrence Fishburne's like, he was sad. So it's cool that he did that to you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I've told the story of my stalker, right?
I don't know. Tell it again.
So we used to have this woman, Heather, who owned this pure white German Shepherd, I think it was. Beautiful dog.
Beautiful.
Oh,
yeah.
Shannon remembered the name of the dog. I can't remember the name of the dog. So she was obsessed with me. With me. And she'd get weird around me. It's like, usually people are all like, yeah, usually I'm the weird one.
Of course.
She'd get weird around me. One time, I've told you the story before because I've told it on here because it's the greatest story ever. She reaches in her pocket, pulls out a one of those little disposable cameras.
Yeah. Great. Perfect. You didn't even notice, did you? It was so quick, you didn't even know.
It's like, it's like you just things you ignore in life because it's like, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you just keep going. Yep. I don't want to ask anything about it. I don't want to open up the can of worms. I'll just keep going my day.
Not gonna point out what happened. So Shannon and I always imagined that she took lots of pictures and that she had pictures in her apartment of Shannon with Shannon's eyes crossed out.
X'd out. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is definitely happening. And she's got a little shrine of you. It's great. She's got your hair in a little doll of some sort, for sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of those shrines out there. Did you ever have
multi-shrine kind of guy?
Did you ever have a stalker, Tony?
I feel bad using the term stalker, but we did call her a stalker in high school because she used to drive by my house all the time.
What do you mean she used to drive by your house all the time?
She would drive by my house and then text me and be like, hey, what are you doing? And then if I told her, I was like, oh, I'm out doing something, but my car was there, she would send me a picture of the car and be like, I don't think so. I think you're home. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Wait a second. Hold on.
But she was a nice kid.
She was a nice kid. What happened?
She was nice. Here's what happened. Here's the whole story. Is we went on a field trip with the choir, and she didn't have a lot of friends, and my mom was chaperoning. She was like, "You should be nice to this person." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I invited her to be part of our friend group. She hung out with us for the day, and then she never left me alone for the next 2 years. And it was tough, but then she went to college, and I think she became a mermaid. I think, one of those people that wears a tail and then
swims
and does shows.
Hold on a second. In what state did she become a mermaid?
I think she's still in Minnesota. I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
Well,
but she was, she was very nice.
Because one of Shannon's friends was a mermaid.
A mermaid?
Yeah, in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I get it, but it's cool. It's cool if that's what you want to do.
She would do appearances sometimes, and show up and
for a
party. Mermaid, could you pitch with the mermaid?
Yeah, I saw a picture of this lady. She was in a clamshell in the middle of a pool. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, she was probably out of my league if you think about it nowadays, it's funny.
Half human.
I had great hair in high school, in her defense. So It was beautiful. I miss it.
Tony, anything else to say about this movie?
No. It wasn't the worst movie, but I wouldn't watch it again. I didn't have fun,
It's just, I had my phone out the whole time I was watching this movie the second time.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
There was not a lot you could miss,
Nope. No, not a ton happens.
Not a ton happens. Tony, anything you like this week?
Oh, yeah. We got to talk. So there's this show that dropped on, I believe it's Amazon Prime.
The Boys?
That's a question mark. No, we are behind on The Boys, and I'm very upset because the Supernatural gang got back together for this season, and I need to see the season because it's Jared, Misha, and Jensen all together.
It's all three of the big Supernatural people?
It's the big three from Supernatural, all in the final season. I have not seen it, but I have to. But
do the Boys guys have something to do with Supernatural? Is that why they are all there?
Yes, Eric Kripke, the creator of the show, also created Supernatural.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Good for them.
Great stuff. Anyhow, so this is on Prime Video. This is a little show called Off Campus that just came out. It's basically a teen romance. It's based on books. It's a hockey romance, and it is spicy, my friend.
Wait, it's good. What's it called?
Off Campus.
Wait, this is different than the other spicy hockey thing.
Well, that one is gay.
Oh,
the other hockey one. This is funny. I was listening to KDWB because we were back in Minnesota for the week, and the lady was like describing it as the straight hockey romance, and I was like, that's funny because technically Off Campus was written first. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
But
so they just bubbled up at the same.
From my understanding, just based on the two women that I talked to, which was my mother and my wife, hockey romance is apparently big right now. So it's like that's the vibe. Woo. Like the big thing in romance right now, hockey. Don't understand it, but this show pretty great. Heated Rivalry, that's the other one.
Rivalry, that was the one.
Both great. But this one just came out and it's fun. That's it. What about you?
I've been watching a YouTube show about this pawn shop in Florida called Pawn Shop Pickers.
Sure.
It's fun because they go to garage sales and buy a lot of video games.
Oh, I'm jealous. I used to do that. Love that.
Yeah. But the cool thing is it's like a guy and his dad. It's the guy and his dad his dad and his grandpa were both eBay sellers since like the beginning of eBay.
Oh, wow.
And then so he was an eBay seller, and then they opened this pawn shop. And they deal in a lot of gold and silver, but it's really
beautiful.
They got this one friend of theirs called Prince, who's like a Middle Eastern kind of guy.
Sure.
And when you see them like interacting, just like as colleagues, it's like it's so nice and fun because when you're in your own like element interacting with your colleagues, that's like the most fun in life, I think.
Absolutely.
It's like back in the old days when
like-minded people.
When we did the improv and we'd all get together and, the people that you gelled with, it was super fun because you could just talk. You all had this very specific interest. And then everybody else is just sort of on the outside of that. And, when you come together and you're like, well, this is going on and that's going on, blah, 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 blah. And you have your own, I got a hair in my mouth.
Oh boy, look at this.
I could die, Tony. It's not funny.
I'm not cutting this out either.
Death.
Found it.
But I just love those real, actual interactions with colleagues. You're like,
sure.
Everyone else is a freaking rube, and we got our thing going on here. Yeah. Tony, we need another movie. Hopefully one. The sad thing about this movie is it wasn't that engaging. Really, you were just kind of like you couldn't really hate it because the characters were sort of so soppy. You're just like,
yeah, it was just dumb. That's like my biggest complaint about the movie. It's just kind of dumb.
At least you could kind of hate Marty Supreme. You're like, oh, this guy is odious.
Flying home from Minnesota, the woman next to me was watching Marty Supreme, and the whole time I was like, you're an idiot, lady. Stop watching it. Turn it off. Turn it off right now. She didn't. She watched the whole thing. Unbelievable.
What do you got? What do you got for us, Tom?
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Because last week I was in Minnesota. 2 weeks ago, I got to go to the Milken Conference. And I got to shoot some interviews, and one of them was with Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh,
Sweet man, just a really sweet man. And now I'm just in the mood for some Shaquille O'Neal. So we're gonna do his 1997 banger. Where is it? I have it pulled up here. 1997 banger, Steel.
I've had this on my list. I almost picked it a few months ago. A few months ago, it was queued up, and then something new came out, and I was like,
something dropped. Always happens.
Well, this will be fun.
I'm in the mood. This is gonna be great.
Because the other one, what was it?
This is a DC character. I don't even know if I knew that.
There was this weird point where I think they killed Superman. I think it was when they killed Superman.
Yep.
And then they had 4 new Superman appear. Yep. And I think Steel was one of them.
Okay.
I think he was one of those 4
I love that.
sort of replacement Supermans. And so then
I have the Death of Superman omnibus downstairs. I should read it before we watch this great film.
And then, you'll know the true lore, and then you'll see what a freaking mess they made of it with Shaq, which I'm sure it'll be fun because it's Shaq. Yeah,
it's going to be great.
I was watching one of those, those clips that, one of those sort of virally clips, and it was Shaq like being a good guy and like interacting really positively with people and kids. And you're just like,
he was very nice.
Was he?
Super nice. Mumbled. He talked so quiet. I had to bump up the gain so much that the room noise is out of control. So his interview was like, and I was like, I don't know how to fix this, guys. I'm sorry. He talks so quiet. I don't know how to fix it. Other than putting the microphone in his mouth, I don't know how to fix it. But he is very nice. Very sweet guy.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we're going to make fun of him unmercifully next week.
Yeah, beautiful.
I don't think we will. I remember having a great time with, what was it, Kazam? Was that the one?
We probably won't make fun of him.
No.
We're going to make fun of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's a legend.
He is talk about a guy with charm. That guy.
Yeah.
Charm up the wazoo.
Yeah, big time. And he's huge. So tall.
I can only imagine what he's like in person. Yeah. Where you're just like, oh, you are a mountain.
My colleague took a picture where he was standing and Shaq was sitting in a chair, and Shaq is still taller than him. That's how wild it is.
God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Good stuff.
If you like what we do, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment. All things you can do. We're always happy to hear from you. And I guess we'll be back next week talking about the man of Steel, Shaquille O'Neal. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, watch him!